Hey guys, okay, I've got a concealer to talk about today. Now, I don't know if this is technically cheating, but it was available when I got it. I got this at TJ Maxx. This is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer for $6.99. I have it in the shade Banana. It might be too dark, we'll see. This is it. I don't think I've tried this product before, and I know Becca is technically like, out of business, or I'm not sure what they call that. They've closed down. They're not making products anymore, but I did still find this at TJ Maxx, so you might be able to snag this if it's good. And if it is good, for someone that isn't always looking for the newest product, this will last you a long time because it's got, let's see, it's hard to read it. It's got 0.21 ounces in it, which is about standard concealer amount. So, but still, a concealer is going to last you a while because you're only going to be using a little bit of it. All right, so let's go ahead and I've got some foundation on this side of my face already, so we're just going to go to this. And since it says Ultimate Coverage, I'm just going to start with a little, and we'll build up from there if we need to. All right, I'm going to use today my Equate highlighter brush. Okay, I got this at Walmart for about $5. Very nice, very soft. This might be just a tad too yellow. It's very yellow. But if you're looking for maybe a highlighting, brightening concealer, that's what I'm trying to say, then you might like this. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good coverage from that. I'm going to add a teensy weensy tiny bit more right here and right here, just a little tiny bit. And I'm going to actually use a different brush that I also really like for concealer, if I can get it out. This is the AOA Studio High Def E102 brush from the Shop Miss A website. Now I've had this for I think at least a year, and I was washing it the other day and some of the bristles did start to come out, so I don't know if it's seen its day or what, but it has been a really good brush for me. Sort of like your flat angled, like a mini foundation brush, so if you want to just pat something in, you can. Okay, so far as a first impression, I think it looks good. From my face to my mirror, it's looking decent. It's got a tiny bit of light reflection, not too dewy. Okay, it looks nice. Now I can see in my little crow's feet right here, a little tiny bit of makeupiness, but otherwise it looks really nice. I don't think the coverage is ultimate coverage. I think the coverage is good coverage, but it could also be color correcting, a color correcting issue, because this is very yellow, so it's not going to counteract the brown that I have. Usually I have to have a more orange shade, and I don't come at me with color theory, folks. From my experience, I get better coverage from a more orangey concealer because of the I'm not sure how to put it, because it color corrects. It fools your eye into thinking that it's not as dark. So I'm not explaining this well. From experience, I benefit better from a more orangey concealer than a more yellow. And I'm going to give you a swatch of a couple of concealers that I have in comparison with this one, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. In true color theory, to counteract the brown, you would need pink. But every time I use a pink concealer, or a pinky undertoned concealer, it just makes them look more gray, so it doesn't work for me. Let's see if I can find it. All right, yeah, here we go. All right, so now we're really gonna get a good representation. Okay, so the couple of concealers that I swatched out, my favorite one for the past at least month, 2 months, 3 months has been this one. This is the Kylie Skin Concealer. Now they reformulated all their products and repackaged them, so I don't know if the new concealer is this same formula, but this formula, the older formula, works out great for me. I still got a ton of it left. So if you can get your hands on that and you're looking for a concealer, that might be a good one to try. But the shade is what does it. So you see how like this is much more on the yellow side and this is much more on the orange side. This one has a bit more pink beige in it than this top one, which is the Morphe one. And it is the Morphe C1.65 is the shade. And I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called. I'll try and put it in the description. So the Morphe concealer, I think they only have one concealer, honestly, maybe two. I can't remember. So this one, and it's also a little bit brighter, so it gives me more of that brightened look. This one looks more natural. This one does give me like the tiniest bit of a gray cast because it's just a little bit too fair to color correct under my eyes. Okay, so as far as like just the formula is concerned, it's not transferring, it's looking nice, it's not crusty at all. The coverage is good. I'm going to, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to put a tiny bit more to see if we can get a little bit more coverage, and maybe that will help, because right here it's still looking a little bit not the best coverage. So it's almost like sheared out a little bit right there. So we'll just see if we can get a bit more coverage. When you have so much to cover, you have to decide what's worse. It's still being a little bit dark, or the makeup just being caked on and caked on and caked on. I have this sponge. I'm going to just tap it just a tad so we can get any excess off. Try and make this product succeed. All right, so I think it still looks decent. I don't know that it built up anymore. No, I feel like the coverage is still about the same. So, okay, so I will wear this for the rest of the day. My first impression thoughts are it's nice. If you need just a concealer, then if you run into this, I don't think you'll hate it at all. But if you have a lot to cover, I feel like maybe this would have worked better if I had a better shade, a more color correcting shade, similar to even the Morphe or the Kylie concealer. So as far as the concealer goes, the fact still remains that it's not full opaque coverage. But is it bad? I don't think so, and especially for the price you're paying. If you find it at a TJ Maxx for $6.99, I think that's a good price. But if you're just walking around your drugstore, then I think this one is just as good of a deal, and it's a really good concealer as well. It is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, the hydrating one. It says it has a satin finish. I have it in the shade Light Peach, and I'll give you a little bit of a swatch compared to all the other ones. This one is really light, so it's a bit too light for me, which is why I haven't been wearing it as often, but it still has kind of that orangey undertone. So this is the e.l.f. one, and it's really inexpensive. I want to say in the neighborhood of $5 or $6, so about the same price. Just depends on what you're looking for. If I had to choose though, I probably would choose this one. It's a bit more creamy and a bit more forgiving to your under eyes, especially if you are on the more mature side. So, okay, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding my bell. Don't forget to check your subscription, okay? They've been chucking people out of subscribing to me. Like, they've been just taking them out. Unsubscribing folks, just willy-nilly. So, anyway, make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.